Okay, you'll have to excuse the messy garage. I promised a few people that I would make a couple of videos now that I have a couple of spare moments to show the vehicle. So let me do my best to try to cover as much bases as possible. So here's the car. It's a 2004 STI. Pretty much been building it since October of 2013, and it is, I'd like to say, about 98% there. The only thing that I would do to this car at this point is just get a tune to your elevation. The car is only running on the base tune, 91 octane, with a few things modified on the map, such as injector size, speed density, things like that. But I've only got about 500-ish miles on the car, break-in wise. So I've only gotten on the turbo once because the car is a fresh build. I do not want to run the car hard. I haven't had it on the dyno. I just want it to be, it's basically a fresh, pretty much a fresh build for someone looking to get a race car where all the heavy lifting has already been performed. So like I said, you'll have to excuse my messy garage, but let's look at some of the things. First thing, let's see if we can get the hood popped. I've got these arrow catch pins here. I kind of have my garage closed because my neighbors are looking at me like I'm a nut right now, but that's okay. So a few things. You could see the intake right there on the snacker duct. It feeds air directly into the intake, which is pretty cool. You can see here I've got the APR splitter. This is part of the Process West intercooler, and you can see I've got the Mishimoto oil cooler right there. It's a spare splitter I have laying there. So let me get these clip pins popped. And let me see, this is a carbon fiber hood. And that's how I was able to cut the provision for the NACA duct. So here's the engine bay. Okay, so you can see here is the top of the Process West intercooler for the V-mount system. And the way the turbo is built, it is built to work with the stock top mount intercooler provisions, or location, whatever. So it made it up just fine. You can see the PTP turbo blanket there, and I have the Mishimoto coolant expansion tank mounted there. You can see I've got the Zeal top hats that I sourced out from a friend for the KW suspension. Here is the coolant reservoir from Process West. You can see down here it's got the MSI billet fuel rails. Factory intake manifold, and it's Omni 4-bar sensor, tile blow-off valve. You can see all that Grimspeed air oil separator. Here's the fuel pressure regulator I've got mounted. It's a Turbo Smart, I believe. And you can kind of see how the downpipe goes down there, and that purple guy down there is the tile 44 MPR. So. But this car used to be a drag car. On the other side of this garage I have a 2006 STI that I wrecked, and took the engine out, had metric motors of Bountiful, Utah, rebuilt the engine and refreshened everything with new Wiseco pistons, Eagle rods, ACL bearings, and pretty much assembled everything and got it into the car sometime last year of 2014. Here are the wheels and the brakes. You can kind of see how the flares kind of don't match right there, just because I have the bumper pulled a little bit forward to get a little bit better clearance out of the 275/35 series. If you had a 285, I imagine that's going to be the perfect tire size. Here's some spare slicks there. Let me open the door here for the interior So you can see the roll cage here. There it is. I don't know exact dimensions of the tubing size. All I know is it's legal for our local racing rules for NASA. The interior is dirty. It's stripped. Door cards are halfway on. The power windows are still installed. Power door locks are still installed in the car. I've got the factory speakers in the car. You can't really hear anything. I put an Alpine head unit in the car about a few weeks ago, and you can hear a little bit of it. Moving on to the back, you can see the 5-point harness and roll cage welded on. I just have a few things back here. Fire extinguisher in case I catch myself on fire. KW tools, there's an AM box and a Hans device. Exterior-wise, like I said, it's got the APR GT3 mirrors. The flares are Carlton replicas. They're not my favorite, but they work. You have to use them if you want to run a big tire and a big wheel. If Carltons were available at the time, I would have gotten them. If I still have the car by the time the V2 Carlton flares come out, I will surely acquire those. So it's got a new windshield. Here's the passenger door. Cup holders still work. If I would still have the car during the winter time, I would probably remove the seats and just maybe repaint the floorboard. It's not necessary, but and I have the kicks, special lug nuts, things, tools, whatever, just sitting there. All the excess wiring has been cleaned up through a local friend in Subaru connoisseur, AJ Gray. He figured out my wiring problem, which was he had to repin one of these guys right here for the throttle body to get power to everything. And once he figured that up, the car fired up. So, trying to see major dents and dings on the car. There's no real major dents or dings. There's one kind of right here, kind of see from the light. What else? Let me wrap up this first video because they're going to take forever to load. This is the first video though, sort of just introducing the car.